horizontal. This is so weird. Do I look here? Do I look here? Do I look here? This is better because it's not horizontal. I hate that it was horizontal because I couldn't talk to you. So I'm like looking off in the distance. Hi everybody, this is Becca Ellison. I am owner of Swanky Butterfly, and I wanted to come on here and just chat with you a little bit what I call the amazing Piphany opportunity. I am also going to come on here and talk to you about a little bit where I came from, a little bit of my story, who I am. But I do want you guys to know that this is not going to be a video that's going to be bashing any other companies. That's not how I roll. I like to keep things positive and happy, and so that's what you're gonna get from me today. So if you're ready for that journey, come on along. Before I started LuLaRoe, I was a wedding photographer. I am a pretty well-known wedding photographer in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. We decided that we wanted to adopt a little baby boy. Okay, we adopted our son Trey when he was 2 days old, and he's the most amazing little boy I've ever seen in my life. Ever, ever, ever. And so when we adopted our son, I knew that I needed to cut back on weddings. I knew that working 4 weddings a month and editing 24/7 just wasn't gonna work anymore. And I needed to be present in my son's life and be a mama, you know? And so I decided to cut back on weddings, and I decided to take only 1 wedding a month. While doing that, we did lose some of the income that we had been accustomed to. I decided I wanted to learn to do something else that I could do from home, and so that's where I found LuLaRoe. One of my friends signed up, and she's like, yeah, sign up, it's great. I had no idea what an MLM business was. I had no idea that I would have an upline. All I knew was I loved clothes, and I knew that this is something that I could really do from home, and I think that I would really love it. When I signed up, I was one of the people who had to wait for 3 months to get approved into the business. It was in the big boom of LuLaRoe. Okay, I signed, I was able to get active. They gave me my call July 2017, and I was with the business for about 16 months. Now in that time, I did great. I grew my group, I went live every day, I was selling things right and left, I cruise qualified in my first 6 months. It was great, except when it wasn't. And this is why I say this. It was great because I was earning money, and I put that in quotes, and I'll explain to you guys that later, but I was earning money, but I was also so busy I didn't know how to handle it. I was more busy now than I was when I was a full-time wedding photographer, if you can believe that. On the nights, I'd be going live for 4 hours straight, then I would spend an hour invoicing people. Then I would be up till 3 or 4 in the morning shipping things to all the customers. And you guys, I don't want you to get me wrong, I love my customers, and I loved making them feel special, and I loved dressing them, and I loved being that person with them on the other side of the camera. That did bring me a lot of joy. What didn't bring me joy was shipping, taking flat lay pictures, taking full inventory pictures to post. What didn't bring me joy was ordering 100 pieces of LuLaRoe and only getting 10 pieces that my people wanted to claim, because everything else was either duplicates or was not a print that was desirable. And so there were a lot of frustrating things that came with LuLaRoe that I just sort of dealt with, and I just took it with a grain of salt, and I just kept pressing on in my business. I cruise qualified, I went on the cruise in February, I was all fired up. I kept working my business. I continued to cruise qualify until the day I left. So I do want you guys to understand that I did not leave LuLaRoe because I was unsuccessful. In the summer, I started to get very busy. I was selling more and more. I had to hire on an assistant, and even with that assistant, I was in the weeds constantly. Meanwhile, my son was growing up. He was 1 year old. He was moving, he was shaking, he was discovering things, and I was missing it. I was missing all of it. And I can't tell you how sad I am about that. Fast forward, My friends and I heard about this business called Piphany. We wanted to research it because we wanted to know what it was all about. That's how we were. And we researched it, and the more we talked to people, the more we researched it, the more I was like, this is what I want to do. What? I don't have to carry inventory in my house? What? I don't have to ship any more packages ever? What? It's free shipping for all my customers? What? They come out with 8 to 10 new styles every single month? Why have I not switched sooner is exactly what I told myself. And that week, I never looked back. I never looked back. It is the best decision I've ever made, you guys. And I get passionate about this because if you guys want to think about it, for those of you who are still in LuLaRoe, I was consultant number 101,000 something. When I left LuLaRoe, there were still 80,000 consultants. Do you want to know how many consultants there are in Piphany? Less than 2,000. Less than 2,000, you guys. It's crazy. And we just opened up the men's line. Like, Piphany just came to be Piphany in April. That is how new this is. I have only been in since September, and I already have a team of 33 people. Because once people find out this amazing company and how awesome it is, they can't help but want to come over to it because it's literally that amazing. Number one, I do not have to carry any inventory in my house. I can't tell you how free I felt when I was able to clear the 3 rooms I had full of inventory. I had 3,500 pieces of inventory, you guys. 3,500, okay? And the moment that left my house, I did a little happy dance and I was like, yes, I have my house back. It was amazing. My son had a playroom again. My guest had a guest room again. How did I let it get this big? I don't know. Number 2, shipping is always free for my customers. It's always free. And that is amazing. Number 3, the commissions is better than LuLaRoe. And here's how I'm going to tell you it's better. People are going to say, no, it's not. Becca, I make 50% commission. No, you don't. No, you don't. Because you only make, and this is, I never even thought about it this way until somebody talked to me about this. Because in my head, I was like, I make 50% commission, guys. No, you don't. For one, you make 50% commission only if you sell 100% of the items that you get into your boutique. And you would only make 100% commission if your customers all paid exact shipping and you never had to buy any business supplies ever. But even then, your time, packaging, and going live, you have never made 50% commission, even if you did all of those things. Say you sold half of your stuff, whether it be classic tee or whatever you're selling in LuLaRoe, that breaks you down to 25%. Then you still have to buy your shipping supplies, pay for shipping, and you spent your time. So really you're down to about 15%. There was actually somebody in Piphany who did all the numbers and she ran it all and she did it in a spreadsheet and it's amazing. She's a green, by the way, for you LuLaRoe people who do your colors. Wrap your mind around that. 15% commission. I'm speaking loudly because I'm so passionate about this, because if somebody would have told me this a year before, like a year ago, I would have left then, because it wouldn't have been worth it. It wouldn't have been worth it because I was missing my son's life. I thought I was doing this to raise money for my son, but really, when I stepped back and looked at the 3,500 pieces that were in my house, I said, if I were to sell every single piece of this for $5, I would have enough for an adoption. Can you guys wrap your mind around that? For those of you who have big inventories, what that actually means? When you have inventory that just fills up your shelf and sits on your shelf, that's just money that you've wasted that is just sitting. It's just sitting. With Piphany, you don't have to do that. Piphany lets us access their warehouse via virtual retail carousel, you guys. And we can sell whatever we want from their 79 different styles right now, whenever we want. How amazing is that? The reason I tell you guys this, and I could go on and on and on and on and on and on and on, about the transparency of the company, about how we have a 5 to 6 week preview about what's coming, about how we have an amazing CEO who personally reaches out to people if they're doing a good job, how we get featured on Piphany's Instagram, how we have 8 to 10 new styles a month, how we have a team of women that is freaking amazing and who are the best in the business and who are leading the way for a great future. I mean, I could literally go on, guys, but what I want to leave you here with is, what is good for your family? If you were to step back and look at the two models, what is better for your family? Because for me, I was able to get 90% of my time back. 90%. And that's huge. As a mom of an almost 3-year-old, and I'm hoping to adopt 2 more, I don't want to miss out on my babies' lives. I don't. I want to be there for them. I want to love on them. I want to play with them. I don't want to tell them, no, mommy can't play right now because I have to do flat lay pictures. I don't want to tell them that. All in all, guys, I had to come on here because I feel so passionate about this company, and I have never felt so blessed to be a part of something so great. And I hope that you can hear this video and really take a look at what's happening around you and decide what's best for you, essentially, because you know what? If staying in LuLaRoe is what's best for you, then do it. But if you're hearing me and you're relating to the things I'm saying, and you can empathize or sympathize with the things that I have gone through, or you're going through them right now, you are the reason I'm making this. Stupid tears. So I made this because I care about you, and I want you to be part of something great, and I want you to love what you're doing every day, and I want you to get your life back. If somebody would have told me that I could have done all this 8 months ago, a year ago, before I joined LuLaRoe, I would have done it. If I knew, I would have done it in a heartbeat, and I would have never looked back. I feel like there's not too many people who are speaking truth into people's lives right now. And I want you to know that Piphany is an amazing company. And for those of you who do know me, you know I would never say that if I didn't believe it. I hope this video was helpful for you. I hope that you can, look around you and scoop your kiddos up if you have kids, or look at your husband if you have a husband, or even if you're a single lady, just look at your life. Like, are you living your best life? Are you really? Or is there something better for you? And I'd love for you to talk to me if you want to talk to me, or email me if you have any questions. But I just had to come on here and tell you guys, there's light at the end of the tunnel. And I hope you can be part of something great. Like, I'm super excited to be part of this. So thank you for watching. Like this video, share with your friends, and I just hope to speak with you very, very soon. Bye! My life has changed with Piphany. I can say that. And I cannot wait to see where we all go. I will leave my information below if you want to contact me, and I am just super excited for everything that God has in store for your guys' lives. So I will talk to you all later, and I hope to hear from you soon.